welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and I mashed another couple patterns together. And this time it is 23382 and 28419 on friendshipbracelets.net. This turned out to be kind of interesting, I think. Not a whole lot of trouble getting things wrong or making mistakes or any of that stuff. It was more periodically I just had to stop what I was doing and like figure out where I was in the pattern because it got confusing. But there's something about the way that the repetition down the middle goes that actually made it feel like it went really fast. It still took me right around an hour or so to make, just maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it was tricky. I'm not gonna lie. It was something that I had to keep looking at the pattern and at times stop recording and really look at the pattern and figure out like, wait, where am I? What is going on? At the end of the day, it turns out it's really, really pretty. It's really, really cool. I don't know if you can tell that the white is kind of more of a creamy color than just like straight up bright white, which I think it lends itself really well to going with that dark blue. It's a really dark, rich colored blue, so the two just really complement each other a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking down. I have the bracelet in my hand. It's really kind of stunning, and I kind of like the symmetry that it has. And yeah, this is definitely intermediate, maybe pushing towards being advanced, just because there's like just so much going on. I think when it comes to like these two color bracelets, I think part of the bigger problem is you don't have, like, if there's 6 colors, let me just give you an example. If there's 6 colors, you can say, okay, the red comes down until it reaches the blue and then it changes directions. There's like, you can see where things happen. You can use the colors as a guide to tell you when to stop. This has 2 strands on either side of the light color and the rest are all dark blue. So it gets real easy to kind of lose track of like where you were, and there's no easy, clear something to kind of point you back as to, you know, to the thing, because it's all just the same 2 colors. And yeah, I guess my bigger problem is perhaps I just don't have as much experience with this kind of patterns. Because most of the time I really have enjoyed having the 6 color ones, even if it's just 6 shades of blue or whatever. So yeah, this one really kind of proved to be something of a challenge for me. At the end of the day though, I'm more than happy with it. I really love the way it turned out. It's a gorgeous bracelet. Yeah, I would totally do this again for sure. It's got a really cute kumi that Mandy made for it, and yeah, I really like it. I think this was kind of a lot of fun overall. I know that sounds like it's kind of like, why would I have fun if it was difficult? But it's true. I don't look at a harder challenge as being less fun. It's just different. It's a different kind of fun. It's the excitement of seeing how things will turn out, and it's the whole seeing where things will take you, and then having an end thing that turns out looking amazing, because I would argue that's a really good looking bracelet. I don't know if the camera focuses well. I got like the depth set to like where I am, so it's like back here is probably in focus, but then you probably can't see much of it. I guess the screen you can see it. It's a good looking bracelet. It really is. It's fun. Well, there'll be the big reveal at the end, so that's a thing. Yeah, so again, another bracelet that was made during a live stream. You guys are welcome to join. It's a members thing for YouTube. I'm not sure how much it is in the US. It's $5 Singapore per month. So you guys are, you know, it's probably like $4 in the US or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not in the US, so I can't say for sure, but yeah. Oh, I kind of liked when I got to these parts where the big blocks of the blue were. For one, it was kind of easy to spot, you know, where I'm at and what's going on. That was kind of nice. But it was also like I could kind of count from there what was the rest of the stuff. Mind you, again, it was not a very easy bracelet for the most part. But that's okay. It was worth it in the long run. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I was supposed to remember to tell you guys, because I do have a lot of thoughts that go through my head while I'm making it, and then for some odd reason when I finally get finished or whatever, like it's like my mind is a dry erase board and just, okay, all done, next. And like, wait, I was still wanted that. Come on, stop. These videos end abruptly, so I need to thank my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members for making it possible. Thank you guys very much. All their names come up on the screen, and if you would like to see your name there, all you have to do is join. The two different things are very different. Patreon, I tend to just give some babblings about what's going on in my personal life, or, you know, going on here in the office in general, or ask people for their opinions as to which direction to take the whole thing in. And the members is more about behind the scenes videos and early access to the videos, like including like the ones that I have like a bunch of ornaments made up that come out like in November, and so all those are available if you become a YouTube member. And I share the patterns early for the YouTube members as well. So yeah, it kind of seems like YouTube has like a better amount of things to it, which I wouldn't argue with that. It's just because it's all baked into the thing. My Patreon has a better split for me. So if you're really just looking to try to help me monetarily, Patreon is probably the way to go. If you're interested in what goes on behind the scenes and want to see some videos early, then YouTube member is probably the way to go. There you go. Trying to think if there's anything else clever or different I should share. I don't know. All I know is I like how it turned out. I wish all my bracelets turned out. That's awesome. Oh, and I did try to segment whenever possible. Like if it was available, I did try. Not sure that it came out so much. There are times on a bracelet like this where maybe segmenting isn't the greatest thing if it takes away from the ability to see where you are in a pattern. Sometimes it's just build up as far as a thing and then do the other side so that way you match it. So even if you did make a mistake, at least the two sides would be mirrored, and that way it'll at least look like there is no mistake. So that's kind of a thing. And that kind of goes back to like my really, really early roots in making bracelets, is trying to find ways that everything looks deliberate, because I used to just go completely random for the first half of the bracelet and then try to reverse it for the whole other half. It's just like a mental thing to try to, like a mental exercise where I was attempting to remember like how the top part got to the way it was, and then just a diamond and then reversing it. You have to kind of remember like what's going on underneath, so that way the other side can do the same exact thing. I'm not sure I would recommend that as an exercise for everybody to do, because you have to have the kind of mind that allows you to really picture things in your head. And I know not everybody really has that. If you are good at like kind of visioning, like to see the vision and to have that kind of memory, then yeah, try it. It's kind of fun. If you can't, then just use the graph paper. Go crazy at the top half of the graph paper. Put your diamond in, and then you can just flip it, right? You can copy and paste and flip it, and come up with your pattern that way. I do that obviously a lot now because I'm making the patterns for you guys, and if I'm going to have to put it onto paper anyways, I might as well start that way. That's how these all come about. But yeah, it's those kind of practices can actually make your nodding ability become that much greater, or your ability to visualize a concept. I think one of the problems that I see nowadays is more and more people rely solely on having a pattern in hand in order to make anything. Whereas you give me a pile of string and a clipboard and I'll come up with something. I have dozens of patterns that I can produce, and I can make something just with an idea now. I don't have to necessarily use a pattern at all. And that's some of the stuff I would like to be able to teach. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know. I can show you some, maybe I might actually have to create special videos just towards that kind of line of thought. But for the most part, any of the pattern making things kind of showcases how I think about it and how I would go about creating a pattern of various sorts. So yeah. This one, by the way, uses the colors pretty easily. There was no trouble with having a short strand in the tassels or anything. It just worked out really, really nice. Obviously, like, there's no particular string that gets used a whole lot more than anything else. If it was, it might have been in the blue, but you can obviously switch those around if it ever became a problem, so that's really not a thing. But yeah, I definitely encourage you guys to give this one a try. It's, like I said, it's not easy, but it's a pretty bracelet. And if you do, I'd love to see it, so you can share it with me over on the Discord, or I don't know, tag me in your Instagram, tell me that hey, I did it, and yeah, I'll check it out. So yeah, any questions and stuff, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. Trying to think if there's anything else before we go. We're getting near the end of this now, so yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me. I definitely do appreciate that. It helps when you watch the whole video, because then YouTube is like, oh, it must be pretty good because they watched the whole thing. So if you're still here, thank you very, very much. And yeah, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.